tell them check out the blog, bro. YouTube channel called MKO. It's pugilism, boxing algorithm. M stand for Marvin and Kevin's initials KO. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the MKO
Pugilism, all things boxing.
Like, subscribe, comment below. Give us your thoughts on this, what we're discussing right here, you know, and always hit the bell notification to be the first to know once we drop a new video.
That's right.
So right now we're going to speak to you about a fight that's taking place on Friday, just a few days time. That is Billy Joe Saunders versus Martin Murray, the Murray Machine. And so basically taking place Friday. Billy Joe Saunders, WBO world champ at super middleweight. He's been successful also WBO champ at middleweight as well. So, right, first of all, what do you think about Martin Murray? Does he really have a chance here? Is there any possibility, you know, can he actually pull off the massive upset that this would be if he were to win?
Well, there's always the possibilities, isn't it? Like, as long as you have your toothpaste and your brain, you get in that ring, you train hard for it, and especially if the other guy hasn't been busy himself, and he's had a lot going on in his life.
Yeah, for sure.
So that could be a distraction for Saunders, because, you know, he has a lot of this, like, court cases and fines.
Yeah, he's been getting in doing silly stuff and pranks.
So, and then, so that's because of affect his sort of like mental state, the mental health, so how he thinks, and then maybe, who knows, I'm not sure how the training's been going on for him as well. So if Saunders been slacking in this area, then Murray has more of a better chance of it would put pressure on him. So yeah, it does. I'll say it has a chance, and it all depends on what Saunders have been doing. So but if Saunders be on his top game, and if he has been keeping busy as well, then that's when I would say maybe not, you know. But now, he has a bit of a chance. Yeah. So, but we'll see if it can cost an upset. That'll be huge.
That'll be something. That'll be huge. That'll be huge, as Donald Trump would say. huge. But so I think for me, I don't really give him much of a shot here personally.
Okay.
I'd heavily lean towards Saunders. He is. I mean, Murray is a guy that he's been so unlucky, like in his big opportunities. You know, I think it was him against either him or, you know, he deserved to possibly win against Felix Sturm, the German middleweight champion, and against I think it was Sergio Martinez he fought. So he's had very close fights with some of the best, and he's just been unlucky on the cards. He's the type of guy that, you know, basically in times past should have been a world champ, but right now, no, I pretty much heavily favour Saunders. There is that slight chance, I suppose, contradict myself there a bit, there is a slight, I would say a small chance that you know, if Billy Joe has slipped up, if he hasn't taken it as serious as it needs to be, then perhaps he can cause an up, because Martin Murray is a good middleweight. I think this is at super mid though, but he's a good fighter. He's got a good engine, good work rate. But he's just fallen short at the top level. He's kind of there or thereabouts. But I think at this point, because he's not really been active, fighting regularly, no one really has. I mean, Saunders hasn't been active either. You know, it's a long time ago, long time since we've seen Billy Joe in action, and it's an interesting fight. Though I think overall it is going to be quite tough, because Saunders' performances have been a bit subpar. He hasn't looked great, really. He hasn't looked in good form, you know, particularly, you know, nothing that would worry the top guys in the middleweight and super middleweight division. But I just think the fact that Murray hasn't really had anything in I think an even longer period of time, for me, that's making me lean towards Saunders at this sort of level. You know, I think at this sort of, I suppose, fringe world, Europe, that sort of level, I'm saying, you know, Billy Joe has got enough in him to do it. And I think it will be quite a difficult fight for Saunders. I think it will be tough. I think Martin Murray will probably give a good account of himself. But ultimately, the class of Saunders and the, you know, the southpaw skills and his slickness is just going to see him through to probably a points decision. You know, a lot of people, including Eddie Hearn, have been saying Saunders needs to not only win this, but win it in style. You know, win it in fashion. Maybe even stop Murray or something like that. But me personally, I don't see that happening. I don't think he's gonna. I think he's gonna win it, but I don't think he's gonna win it in style.
In style. So
I still think he's a bit. Is a bit touch and go with it with his performances. So I think he'll win it, probably on points, quite widely. But I think there's still gonna be question marks there. Really and truly.
So I mean, of course there'll be question marks, and I just believe that Billy Joe's gonna do what Billy Joe does the best. You know, he's gonna go do his thing and probably do it with, you know, he likes to be flashy. You know, especially if you make him into wild punches and then he does that number. You know what I mean?
That's it. Yeah.
So it's gonna be, as long as he's comfortable and he feels relaxed in that ring, then he's gonna be good. So, but as I say, Murray's gonna put out there. He's gonna go out there, do what he can do. You know, he's gonna give it 100%. So. And that's what's going to make it a difficult fight for Joe. And I'm sure Joe will manage to adapt as well there on the round. And then once you get adapted to the fight, then I guess it will be like sailing over. So it'll be a good fight to watch. I'm looking forward to it. And then, as you said, so if he wins against Murray this Friday, and what chances they have with Triple G's and Canelo and Andrade? So what chance do you give him? Do you think like you can winning this fight, does it make him better, or is it already good to challenge this guy right now? Or does he have to win this fight before he can step in with them?
I think he's already good. I don't think this fight is really gonna show us that he's good enough to fight those guys. I think he is good enough. But as far as who he's fought competition wise, his resume is very shallow, very thin compared to a Canelo, especially a Triple G. Not to an Andrade though. I think he's maybe fought better people than Andrade. He has fought better people than Andrade. In order, I would say he has a chance against Triple G because now Triple G is getting older. He's not what he was when he was younger. He's up in his late 30s now. So I think Saunders, I would say I'd give him a very good chance to beat Triple G just because of the timing. I think now Triple G's at the end of his career. So I'd say same with Andrade because Andrade hasn't been having hard fights and nor really has Saunders. You know, he's been struggling, looking. So I think good Andrade, Saunders, you know, at middleweight or something, or if Andrade would go to super middleweight, I'd more favour Saunders. But I think that's kind of a 50-50, maybe slightly, depending how Saunders looks, you might lean towards Saunders. But when it comes to Canelo, I would say he gives Canelo trouble, but I would favour Canelo to beat him.
But what kind of trouble though? Okay, I know Billy Joe's.
I think because of his back foot boxing.
It's good, he can box really well, but he's not going to, even if he was going to beat Canelo, it wouldn't be by stoppage, would it?
No, it'll be by points. And no one beats Canelo on points.
And that's what I'm saying.
You have to favour Canelo.
You have to be able to destroy it, break his spirit down.
Yeah.
But he's not going to do that. The only way he can break his spirit by making Canelo miss all day, but which I don't think that's going to happen. Canelo's going to land some shots. He knows how to put people down, he knows how to counter. So unless Billy can make him miss all day, just like Floyd did and frustrate him, then it's not. And
even on that fight with Floyd, still one of the judges scored it a draw.
What fight he was watching?
Yeah, that she was watching. This girl, it's a lady judge.
Well, I don't know what fight she was watching there because Canelo was missing by far.
Yeah.
You know, but but with Triple G as well, even though if he beat Triple G, it will also be by point. I don't
Yeah,
see
it won't be.
Yeah, I don't see him
no
knocking out
way,
these
no,
people
no,
because
no.
he's not packing that kind of power to.
And Triple G's got like an iron chin as well.
Yeah.
So is Canelo.
Canelo as well. Yeah, exactly. Because he took Triple G's shot and he punched
and he was
hard.
nodding his head.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'd say Triple G, yes, possibly. Andrade, probably. Yeah, I would back him. Canelo, no. I'm gonna say no. He makes it difficult for Canelo, but he doesn't beat him.
Yeah,
that's what I would say.
Simple as that. That's good though. What do you guys think? What's your take in that? Do you feel like Saunders can win against Canelo or Triple G or Andrade as well? Let us know. Comment down below, and we can have a discussion about this.
Definitely, man. Until next time, it's MKO Pugilism. We over and out, and see you on the next one.